Korogashi Puzzle Katamari Damacy is a very unusual game in the series, having completely unique gameplay unlike anything else that Katamari has done. The game was released as a DSiWare title in Japan, and it's one of the few DS games out there that actually has you hold the DS sideways. Once you learn the menu navigation, you can get through it pretty easily regardless of whether or not you can read Japanese. Visually, it looks pretty similar to Tetris, with blocks dropping down from the top onto a grid that's in the middle of the screen. And if you line up an entire row of blocks across the screen, it will clear it. You can always see what's coming up next on one side of the screen, and you can actually grab the blocks out of order. If they ever reach the black hole at the top, they automatically drop down wherever they want. And the blocks that are dropping are not solid objects like in Tetris where they hold their shape. If there's an open space below one of the squares, it will always fall down as far as it can. There's also a special Katamari ball block that once placed will have the prince sweeping up all the items in his path that are not blocks until he eventually stops, forcing you to plan around clearing these pieces as well as making normal rows, all in an effort to keep the things on your screen as low as possible. Much like in Tetris, if the pieces ever reach the top of the screen, it's game over. And most of the levels do have an objective and a timer, and if you don't complete the mission objective within the time, it's also game over. The King of the Cosmos will also throw hazards at you and change up the gameplay, denoted by a countdown timer on your screen. You need to roll up a block that has the king's face on it before the timer hits 0. If you aren't able to, there's a few different things that the king can do to actually mess with you. Something that does help though is these present boxes. Once rolled up, these will give you a special ability that you can trigger at will, such as forcing a bunch of Katamari balls to be the next in the queue, or having the queen clear out several rows off the top for free. Using these different powers was absolutely key to being able to complete the game. The game consists of 5 different planets, each of which contains 10 levels. After completing all 5 of the planets, you can then actually go to the black hole itself. And this final special level has you rolling up 30 meteors total. This final level took me longer to beat than the entire rest of the game. There are a few other modes in this game, like an endless mode with different levels of difficulty, but otherwise that's pretty much it. I definitely don't like this game anywhere near as much as a normal Katamari. If you enjoy puzzle games similar to this one, you might have a better experience with it than I did. I found myself wishing more often than not that I was playing classic Tetris instead of this.